Jim's big ego. Thank God it's over. Radio Dead Air, KRDA, Tuesday night. Why is it Tuesday? We'll get to that in a second. It's Tuesday. Take your requests. Something you'd like to hear. Send it to requests@radiodeadair.com. Let's have to get on the air for you tonight. What do we got for you tonight? Well, we got live What the Fuck is Wrong With You coming, as always, because it's what we do around here. And we have your requests, and we have some producer spotlight stuff. Also, you know, we had such a good bunch of songs for this year's Invisibles that we're going to have a special retrospective edition of the Invisibles coming up in about 20 minutes or so. It's just going to be a little longer than usual because I couldn't really narrow it down as much as I wanted to. So we'll be doing that. So yeah, why? What happened last night? What happened? What happened 5 minutes before we went on the air last night? Well, Lupa Allison was flying back from Christmas with her family in Arizona, and it was, she's flying from her place, Chicago to home. But the last flight, the last leg of her flight, got canceled. So her butt got stranded at O'Hare. And she messages me and says, Nash, I got a really big favor to ask you. So, first I checked with everybody, tried to make sure that the roads and whatnot were clear. I talked to Roses and a couple other folks who were in the Chicago area. I'm like, how are the roads looking there? And they're like, you could do it. And I was like, okay. And then I had to drive for 3 hours there. And then wait for an hour because, of course, American Airlines, who are penises, lost your bag. Then mysteriously found that shit again. Then drove 3 hours back. Because it was not a good drive because snow and, well, it wasn't exactly snow so much as it was driving in a slushy. Have you ever dreamed of driving in a slushy? Not as glamorous as you might imagine. It really is. It was kind of penis. So we did that. Got back here. I passed the fuck out. So that's why we didn't have the show last night. I'm terribly sorry. I did not mean to duck out on you, but it was kind of one of those really seriously at the last fucking second. It was just like, oh, well, shit. Had to be done. I did not have... Yeah. So, yeah, now we're here. Now we're picking up last night's show, and we're doing the thing, and... Hi, everybody. It is the end of 2015, the end of kind of a shitty year. That's not to say there weren't some really good stuff that happened this year. I mean, I got to make a movie this year. I was in a movie. I was paid to be in a fucking movie this year. How many people can say that in their lifetime, much less in a year? And we got Star Wars back. We fucking got Star Wars back. We got Star Wars back, everybody. That's amazing. And that's not underscoring the really the biggest thing we got this year, which was at least in America, we got marriage equality. That was fucking huge. For some people, this year was the best year of their life because they could finally get married. Something just about all the fucking rest of us take for granted, the capacity we got to get married. Well, finally, these people have been waiting for, some of them, decades, just to do the same shit that all the rest of us get to do if we want or not. We have the option. They didn't. And that, I tell you guys, you saw, you who were alive here in 2015, I've been around for a bit. And I know I was there in 2001 when the towers came down and, you know, we went off to war. Obama got elected. There are moments when you've just seen history happen. And that was a moment where history happened. You got to live through that. That's a privilege. That's one of those special things that you'll talk about that shit for years. I will never forget the day just being on social media and watching all the happy people, watching everybody just lose their mind, so happy that this thing had happened. Just this outpouring of support and joy and love. I'm never going to forget that. That was amazing. That was just beautiful. Oh, we lost people too. We lost Leonard Nimoy this year, unfortunately. I know we lost a number of others, but for me, Leonard Nimoy is the big one because I was and always will be a Star Trek kid. I just sort of, you know. But for me personally, this one's been rough. And I'm sure you have noticed my... There's no good way to put it. I'm sure you've noticed my bullshit output level this year. That's not for lack of trying. I really have been working on getting my videos out in a timely manner and following through with stuff like I need to. But creatively, I've had a hard time. Mainly these past few months in particular, but this year in general. And the past few months particularly have been hard because it's been like a holiday thing. I had my birthday and then Thanksgiving and then Christmas, and I'm really kind of isolated for the first time in a long time. Family is not even, well, what family? Don't have any anymore. And lots of other shit has just gone down, and, you know, and it's had an impact on me. And I keep feeling like I want to apologize because I haven't been putting out the work I know I can do. I don't know. I definitely know my depression is acting up like crazy. It's been getting steadily worse and worse and worse and worse over this year. Um, it's just kind of been rough in general, and it really just kind of bloody sucks, you know. And it kind of rolls into a feedback loop on itself. You're not getting the stuff you need to get done. You don't have the motivation to do it, and you're not doing it, which makes you feel guilty, which eats at your motivation. You're not getting it done. Guilty. Eats at the motivation. And it's been kind of shit. And I do especially feel bad because y'all have been a fantastic audience. You always have been. You always will be. You've been awesome to me this year. And yeah, it's not your fault that my brain is stupid. And it makes me feel guilty that I'm not living up to what I feel like are my obligations to y'all. But I couldn't just, not address it at this point. That would be, that would be an asshole thing, just to pretend like and I am trying to get back at it. I'm trying to work on it. Considering this week is New Year's, there's not a lot I can actually get done. And I've also been working on some other stuff, and I've been having to deal with real life shit, legal shit left over from my dad when he died, and but I am trying to work on some other stuff as well. I guess I'll go ahead and tell you, I'm trying my hand at writing a book. Which, and that's all I'll tell you about it right now, because I'm still feeling it out. It's not the first book I've written. It's just the first one I've written in a long, long time. And I'm not really sure what's going to go on with that, but I am making some headway with it. But since this is New Year's week, I was thinking through this week, and I've been just sort of having it nag at me in the back of my head. I might play some XCOM later on this week. Just fuck around and we can hang out. And you can watch me blow shit up and chat and stuff. Because it's New Year. I'll play through it. I'm going to play through a big, long fucking production of it. So maybe we can do that this week, just to chill. But yeah, it's I am not sad to see this year go. Like I said, there's been a lot of great stuff that happened, but I am not sad to see it go. At all. So then. Oh, hey, Todd. Well, Todd's here to request horrible things. That's sweet of him. Aw. Todd's come here to hurt us all. Alright, well, now that I've gotten all the blatherty, ridiculous shit out of the way, this is the thing, as the years go by, this is the one segment of my show that I really care about quite a bit. And that is The Invisibles. For those of you just joining us for the first time, Radio Dead Air used to be audio only, made the jump to video, because a lot of really good songs don't have videos, and I like to set a little time out to share some of those with you. And this in particular, this year, has had so many really great songs. Normally, each week I do 4 of them. But I went back over the everything I had played for The Invisibles over this year. Yes, I have to keep track. It's a licensing thing. So I know everything I fucking played. So I went back over that and I tried to find the things that grabbed me the best. And there were a lot of really good ones. So narrowing it down was hard. So I'm going with more than 4 this week because I love music. I have always loved music. It's what got me started doing this in the first place. And what I really love is music nobody else knows about that I can share it with them. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start with a band that I love. This isn't the only one of their songs I've heard, but this is one from this year. And I love their shit. This is from a band called Waxahachie. Where are you? Where are you? I know I have these things. Waxahachie. For fuck's sake, we're gonna do this tonight, computer. We're gonna have this fun. Fucking computer. I know I have this motherfucker. Don't you start. Alright, fine. Fucking thing. We'll be fucking doing this on a fucking Tuesday night tonight. Because fuck penis. Penis! I'm a pleasant person. Anyway, back to being professional. All right, this is Waxahachie. And this is from their latest album, Ivy Trip. This is called Poison. Give this a listen. We're doing the Invisibles tonight on our last RDA 2015. Here we go. Radio Dead Air. From the album Ivy Trip, it's Waxahachie with Poison. Doing our Invisibles tonight. Next up is a band called The Wooden Sky. Their album came out this year. It was called Let's Be Ready. And this is one of those songs that sort of took me by surprise when I heard it. Just how much I liked it. And I love playing these things that nobody else plays because they are so missing out. Especially with stuff like this. From the album Let's Be Ready, this is The Wooden Sky. Our Hearts Were Young. Doing the Invisibles extended edition tonight. Radio Dead Air. Our Hearts Were Young. It's by The Wooden Sky. Radio Dead Air. Next one is by artist called Miko, who I discovered this year randomly, which happens a lot with this sort of music. Shut up, phone. You're not helping. And it's not normally the sort of song I tend to gravitate toward, but you find good songs in all sorts of places, especially when you're willing to be more concerned with if the music's good than if it's in the genre you tend to like. This is by Miko. It's called Wake Up. Here you go. Have a listen. Radio Dead Air. Miko, Wake Up. And I want to point out something. The artist herself knows it's supposed to be pronounced Meiko. She knows that. She just chooses to pronounce it Miko. Why? Because fuck you, I guess. But that's, yeah. Next, we have probably my favorite titled album of the year. So much that I found 2 tracks off it I adored for the Invisibles. Not only is it a good album, not only is it full with a whole bunch of really good tracks, it's my favorite album to say of the entire year. Cocksure! Cocksure! I love that. I'm 12. Cocksure. But I'm so much. I love having to. I fun say that. It's from Laura Stevenson. And again, the album is Cocksure. This is Torch Song, Radio Dead Air. Laura Stevenson, once again, from the album Cocksure. So much fun saying that. That was Torch Song. And honestly, it is a really good album. You should check it out. It's one of those little nice surprises I found. I love doing that. Here's another one that was a nice little surprise for me. Band called the Minor Birds. Their album is called Lovers Know. This is Wildfire. Doing the Invisibles tonight on our year-end wrap-up. Radio Dead Air. The Minor Birds, Wildfire. Really, I like that. I like songs that come out of nowhere that I was not expecting and I just latch onto them. That was one of them. Another one of those nice surprises is when you go to a show. Normally when you go to a rock concert, you're there to see one specific band. But there's always an obstacle to seeing that one specific band. And that obstacle is the opening band. Normally you get there and the opening band is there. And I will tell you, when I went to see Richard Thompson earlier this year, the opening dude for Richard Thompson put me to sleep. I did not like him. I wanted him to go away. But then I went to, a few weeks ago, went to the concert for Frank Turner, which, fantastic show. But even more fantastic was the pleasant surprise of opening bands that actually rocked pretty hard. And not only that, they're from my neck of the woods, or close to it. They're from Springfield, Illinois, out where Dacinimer Snob lives. They're a little band called Looming. They put out their first album this year, and I of the entire album, this song stood out to me because it really had kind of a garbage Cranberries, kind of a 90s feel to it that I dug a lot. They're called Looming, and this track is called Onward. Here we go. A little more Invisibles tonight, our year-end wrap-up, Radio Dead Air. The band is called Looming. That track is Onward. Radio Dead Air. One last one tonight for our Invisibles wrap-up of 2015. Probably, I think, of all the songs I went through, this was my favorite one that came out this year. It's from a band called The New Basement Tapes. And I can't really explain why I like this one so much. Which is one of those things about music. Sometimes you just like it. This is The New Basement Tapes. The track is called Kansas City. Give it a listen here. Radio Dead Air. New Basement Tapes was Kansas City. Before that, Looming with Onward. The Minor Birds with Wildfire. Laura Stevenson from her album Cocksure. Torch Song. Miko, Wake Up. The Wooden Sky, Our Hearts Were Young, and Waxahachie, Poison. It's a big old rundown. Some of my favorites from this year's Invisibles on Radio Dead Air. I hope you enjoyed it too, because honestly, in a lot of ways, The Invisibles really is probably my favorite part of doing this show. It's the closest I get back to the kind of radio I remember when I was young, when you had a DJ whose job it was to go out and find music, not to get it handed to him by, a studio or a record company, but to go and find songs and bands and stuff that was good and bring it back and play it for people to get it out there. And that's the thing that I miss when it comes to music these days, especially radio these days. It just doesn't seem to exist anymore. But it's what I adore about having this platform here on Radio Dead Air, that I get to do that. Lots more to come tonight. We've got your request. If you have something you'd like to hear, send it to request at radiodeadair.com. I will attempt to put it on the air for you. Also, we have live What the Fuck Is Wrong With You coming. And tonight, kids, being that it is our last What the Fuck Is Wrong With You of 2015, it is, of course, another special edition That Doesn't Go There 2015. I'm sure you're waiting on the edge of your seat to hear all the things that people put where they shouldn't ought to put things. Oh yeah, it's gonna be special. It's gonna be a magical kind of night. Join us, won't you? Lots more to come. Thanks for being here, even though we are a night off of our normal night, etc. and such. Thanks for dropping by. Always love having you here, kids. Gonna go into the vault here. Some old What the Fuck Is Wrong With You. Let's give that a watch. Send me your requests. We'll get those started very, very soon. Lots more to come. Do stay tuned. It is Radio Dead Air. The fuck did... Radio Dead Air. Okay. Welcome to the last show of 2015. I'm not even going to dignify that last request with the fuck, Todd. The fuck, Jesus. Before that, we had some glove and boots. Hey Ash, what you playing? Also, there, go to both of those people. Click like and subscribe because they are awesome, awesome entertainers out there on the interwebs. Motorhead, Ace of Spades. Lemmy passed away yesterday. And this is one of those moments I just realized that yesterday, being that everyone, stepped up and talked about Lemmy for the first time in a long time. Yesterday was a lot of people's very first time ever hearing Motorhead. Which just on a bunch of levels just kind of fascinates me. And pleases me in a lot of ways too, because hey, boom, a whole lot of new Motorhead fans. I like that. DJ Earworm mashup for 2015. Had an old What the Fuck Is Wrong With You start us off. Radio Day or KRDA Monday night. Howdy! It's Tuesday. Because, well, we had to shift some stuff about yesterday due to airplane issues. But that's alright. We have live What the Fuck Is Wrong With You coming up in about 45 minutes. Hey, you do want to stay tuned because it is time once again for our special That Doesn't Go There annual look back at all the things that were put in all the places that should not have had things in them. I got a weird show. If you would like to hear something, send me your request to requests@radio.air.com. We will endeavor to get those on for you tonight. Lots more to come. Speaking of flying on the airlines, this goes out to a bunch of you. MagFest is coming up, Con Bravo, a bunch of other events y'all quite often frequent. If you're in the U.S., and if you are in one of the following 9 states and or U.S. territories, those being Alaska, California, Illinois, Missouri, New Jersey, New Mexico, South Carolina, Washington, also Puerto Rico, Guam, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. If you're in any of those places, and you're like me, when you go to the airport, if you're not flying outside the country, what's the identification you bring with you to get on the plane? It's either your state ID or your driver's license, right? Well, if you're used to using either of those, and you are in, again, Alaska, California, Illinois, Missouri, New Jersey, New Mexico, South Carolina, Washington, Puerto Rico, Guam, or the U.S. Virgin Islands, if you're in any of those places and you want to be flying next year, get a passport. Because, why am I telling you about this? The TSA may stop accepting those driver's licenses because a law went into effect, a federal law that was supposed to go into effect in 2008, the Real ID law. It's a law that required states to link up all of their different databases to allow for, check background checks, and it was terrorists. It was about terrorists. Terrorism. America. Bombing brown people. But those states I listed have not complied with the Real ID law. Mainly because there's a lot of privacy issues involved in it. In fact, some of those states have passed laws saying we're not giving the federal government access to our databases because we have privacy concerns about this big Real ID database you're trying to put together. The deadline, they've already had one extension. That extension lapses on January 10th, 2016. Meaning, if you're in any of those places and you have to fly and you show up at the airport and you're in line and you have to the TSA and you have to get out your ID, your driver's license may not be accepted as valid identification to get on a plane. And that's not if you're flying outside of the country. That's not if you're flying to Germany or France or China or anywhere like that. No. That's just to get on any plane. Even if you're going from one state to another within the continental United States, you still won't be allowed to get on the fucking plane. Now, if you have a passport, you're probably going to be fine. I don't really. The Real ID law was one of those security theater pieces of legislation that, in practice, really doesn't do anything to assist with terrorism or change anything or make it harder for the tourists to fly. Muslim crazy, ooh, whatever. It doesn't have shit to do with any of that. Which is another part of why these states looked at this law and went, this is kind of bullshit. And I will note that this isn't a red state, blue state thing either. You got places like California on the one hand and South Carolina on the other. Two of the most diametrically opposed states in terms of politics. They aren't red state, blue state. They are crimson and azure, okay? So it's not even along political lines. It's just the people in those states are like, this is bullshit. We don't want to comply with this. So what this means for you is if those are the identifications you use to fly on a plane, they may not work. You might want to look into getting a passport. I'm sorry. It's bullshit. I didn't make this up. Fuck the TSA. They are the most useless organization in the entirety of the federal government. And that's saying a lot, because there are a lot of useless organizations in the federal government. But of them all, the TSA is the most useless. It's all bullshit. But I thought, considering I spend a lot of time reading news, it's something I do for fun because I'm stupid. I am a stupid man. You people are out there playing Undertale and you're watching Netflix and you're going to movies and you're living your lives for fun. And I read the news because I'm a dumbass. But regardless, in case you were not aware of these things, now you know, look into it. Don't show up at the airport sometime soon when you have to fly somewhere and it's something important you have to be at and you get turned away because of this. It's entirely possible. It's something to be aware of. Hopefully it assists you. It's the best assistance I can give you. It ain't much, but here. And it sucks worse because fucking passports are fucking expensive. I had to get one a few years ago. It was fucking expensive. Just to go to fucking Canada. Canada's not a real country. It's not. I'm sorry. No. Stop trying to convince me Canada's a real country. Not a country. You're lying to me. Passports, I believe passports last about 10 years. I could be wrong about that, but that's what I remember. Anyway, Radio Dead Air, KRDA. All right, let's see what else we have on our list of requests tonight. We got a good deal of stuff, which I like. I like having requests. It gives me things to do. Wow, we've got some weird-ass stories tonight. I don't know where I'm going to draw the line on some of these, because some of these are just fucking weird. And that's saying a lot for my show. Alright. Oh, Smarty sent me this one. How you doing, Smarty? Hope you're having a good year out there, buddy. And if you're not, well, this one's over in a few days, so problem solved. Come the fuck on. There we go. This is weird. Okay, sure. Why not? We'll do this. Let's play some Disturbed for you guys. Live, what the fucking wrong? The fucking wrong with you? What the fucking wrong with you? What the fuck is wrong with you? Can't talk tonight. Disturbed by request. We have What the Fuck is Wrong with You in about 30 minutes. Do stay tuned. Radio, dead air. Frank Turner by request. That was The Next Storm. Where am I? I'm in the dark. It's dark in here. I'm scared. I'm scared. Before that, Eki Names fish symboled stamp. What the shit, Mike? What the shit, Mike? Some gamer poop in there. Florence the Machine, Rabbit Heart started with Disturbed doing The Sound of Silence, and it was remarkably good. How the fuck did that happen? I don't understand. It's Monday night, Radio Dead Air. Coming up very, very soon, we're going to have live What the Fuck is Wrong with You. I'm sure you want to be around for that. Like I said, it is our That Doesn't Go There special. Boy. Boy. Oh, of course. Of course we get this request. How could we not get this one? Thank you, Daniel. Daniel requested this. Old favorite of mine. Do stay tuned. We have some Mountain Goats right now because, yeah, of course, this song is perfect for tonight, being that it is our last show of 2015. Some Mountain Goats for you. Stay tuned. Radio, dead air. Roar, Postmodern Jukebox. Annie Goodchild featured there. Radio, dead air. Before that, we're gonna flee. Oh, the shit of the flee. Don't ask. People request weird shit. Mumford & Sons, Little Lion Man, and the Mountain Goats this year. Radio Dead Air, KRDA, Monday night. Almost time before we get there. Want to mention wonderful folks who do our Radio Dead Air shout-outs on our Patreon. If you look right over there, there's our Patreon link. Please click it. Please be a patron. He's good. Please. The $30 and $50 level, we have our shout-out rewards for those patrons who help keep Radio Dead Air being weird. Thank you, one and all, to all the people who contribute even a little bit to our Patreon, which helps keep Radio Dead Air rocking and rolling through the years. One of those Patreon shout-outs heads to Raocow, YouTuber, Let's Player, weird fucking guy, and fairly entertaining. You can find his stuff at raocow.com. Just look him up on the YouTubes. Magic Steve! Reviews and magic and all sorts of entertaining stuff. He's a cool guy. Check his stuff out. Magic Steve 83. Zenith will review Media Meltdown. Hey, guess what? He just hit, not long ago, 2,000 subscribers. He's almost at 3,000. If you could go to his website, go to his YouTube page, click on subscribe, it would be awesome. He's a cool dude. Retrospectives and Let's Plays and interviews and all sorts of cool shit. Check his stuff out. Zenith will review Media Meltdown. Geekvision.tv, home to a lot of really cool people who I happen to know and are very cool folks. One and all. It's blogs, vlogs, comedy, reviews, all sorts of cool shit. You can find all that at geekvision.tv. He played, she played, husband and wife, Let's Players. Going through various different games. You want to be entertained, you can check their stuff out at He Played, She Played on YouTube. Mark Grondin host of Spectrum Pulse on YouTube, a music and pop culture review show. Just written his first novel, To Kill a Dragon. You should check it out. Some high fantasy stuff. There's nothing on TV right now. Go read something. There's nothing new on TV. You've seen all that shit. Read something. Get this. It's $3. The fuck are you going to do with $3? Skip a frappuccino. Get a book. Finally, Paradise and Fairies. It's anime and video games and a three-legged dog. Reviews and interviews and stuff. You can check that out. Well, not interviews, but reviews and stuff and whatnot. Check that out. Paradise and Fairies. And hey, you're sitting there going, Nash, that's a lot of websites to remember. Why should I do all that? Well, you don't have to. Because you can scroll down the page. Not my penis. Scroll down the page. All the links to all of our past and current Patreon shoutouts. Not my penis. All the links are down the bottom of live.radio.air.com. You can find them down there. Click on them. Like, subscribe, check them out. Bookmark them. Email them. Love them. Go to their home. No, don't do that. That could potentially be illegal. So don't do that. But check out their stuff. They're good folks. Creative folks trying to get by in this crazy, wacky world of ours. Speaking of this crazy, wacky world of ours, hey kids, it's that time again. Ho ho! It's the most wonderful time of the entire year. Entire year. It doesn't get better than this. It really doesn't. No. After tonight, it doesn't get any better than this. It's all downhill from here. After this, you just wait for death because it's over. It's officially over. No, really. Just wait for it. Just wait for death to find you. That's all that's left in your life. Anyway, let's. I got a little dark, didn't I? Shit got a little dark in here. Yeah. Hello, Tara.
Hello.
How are you?
I don't see you.
There you are. There you are.
Hello.
Hey. So,
super duper unprepared. Hang on. Getting my shit together. I was taking selfies with the cat.
Oh, the 21st century.
Yeah. We used to be really nice people.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Tara. Congratulations
Year,
again. Yes, Happy New Year. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Go have yourself some
Miracle
sleep.
and I will see you in 2016. Oh, look at the camera. No, I will not. I see thee nay. I will not look at the camera. I refuse. Good night, everybody.
Good night, Tara. Oh, Radio Dead Air care. Oh my God. Well, I hope that was that good for you, ladies and gentlemen. Holy shnikes. It's a whole lot of nope. Nope. All right. Lots more to come. If you have requests, go ahead and send them to us. We'll attempt to get on the air tonight. Hey! Why don't we do a little bit of Island Rangoon right now? How does that sound? Sound good? Sounds good to me too. Radio Dead Air. What is the penis? The fuck just happened? Fucking video? I love that song. David Bowie, Life on Mars. Radio Dead Air. Weird Al! First World Problems. They Might Be Giants from their Dial-O song, Week 52, Shapeshifter. It's pretty good, actually. Paul Simon, You Can Call Me Al. started some Isle of Rangoon. Go check their stuff out, isleofrangoon.com. Monday night, Radio Dead Air, KRDA. How we doing? We ain't done yet. We're still here. Oh, I hope you're enjoying it. We still have more to come. Still taking your requests. Why do I get little bits of stuff and these stick in my sweatshirt? I don't want little bits of stuff stuck to my sweatshirt. I don't want it. It's Monday. Well, no, it's Tuesday. No, it's Wednesday. What day is it? So used to saying it's Monday. I've been doing this so many years on a Monday. And when it's not on a Monday, shit's weird. I'm going to spend all day tomorrow thinking it's Tuesday. I just will. So, Doctor Who Christmas Special. The Husbands of River Song. I'm going to preface this by saying I know there are a lot of people out there who like River Song. And there is nothing wrong with that. You can enjoy that character all you want. I don't. And that is cool too. But man, what a useless go nowhere Christmas special. Mvh. I'm going to compare that to one of the Christmas specials I really do like, which was The Runaway Bride. Which was actually a story that went somewhere, had a plot, beginning, middle, end, had a reason for happening. This, compared to that, did not. Because we started with a premise, kind of abandoned that premise, picked up another premise, kind of put that one down too, ended up in a whole different premise. None of these were linked by anything. It was just a bunch of witty banter. Now, don't get me wrong, I dig witty banter, but I dig witty banter when it's in the structure of a story. This was not. This was just things were happening that just kind of happened. And the things happening only serve the purpose of the witty banter, not the other way around. Banter's supposed to serve the plot. The plot is not supposed to serve the witty banter. I described it as this was like Waiting for Godot, only with jokes and spaceships. And then some people didn't know what Waiting for Godot was, and he made me sad. It just... Stephen Moffat wanted to show how Oscar Wilde he could be, while completely abandoning the idea that he was actually making a coherent plot. And I did not like it. See, and I dug River Song when in her first appearance, Silence in the Library, the Forests of the Dead, and all that shit. Those two combined, that was a pretty good starting off point there. But as the years have gone along, River has had this slow descent into campiness. And as it's gone, the characters become less a character and more a caricature. And I don't like that. I not at all. This really didn't serve any purpose. It was just for Stephen Moffat to prove, look how witty I can be. Look at all the wonderful one-liners and turns of phrase I can spin. Oh, and we have a bunch of guest stars. And I love Greg Davies. If you have never seen Firing Cheese Balls at a Dog or The Back of My Mother's Head, you've got to read those, see those. He is a fantastic stand-up comedian. He was so wasted in this. Why are you going to get Greg Davies if you're not going to let him be Greg Davies? He wasn't even as good as he was in The In-Betweeners in this. Why are you getting Greg Davies on your show if you're just going to... And also, oh, what the fuck is his name? Little Britain dude. Shit. I want to say Matt something, and I'm going to completely forget. I'm blanking on it because he's not one of my favorite comedic actors. But even he was wasted in this. You could have gotten just, anybody to play that role. You wasted him. No. And supposedly, this was the last River Song thing. Matt Lucas, that's it, Matt Lucas. Completely wasted Matt. Supposedly, the last River Song thing, but I trust fucking Moffat about as far as I can throw him when it comes to that. Please let next year be Moffat's last year doing Doctor Who, because we need a new showrunner like nobody's fucking business. Goofy, ridiculous, fucking stupid nonsense. Goofy nonsense has its place, but it's in Doctor Who, it needs to have a point. This was pointless. If you want pointless comedy, there are pointless comedies. Why do you need it in Doctor Who? That's not where it's supposed to be. Why you do that? Awful. Just awful. Just awful. Let's see. All right. By request, some Professor Elemental. Radio Dead Air. Radio Dead Air, Kyrie, Hailstorm. Here's to us. Had Jonathan Pye. Reporter gets angry. I liked that. That made me feel good. Todd Rundgren, bang, the drum, Fighting Trousers, Professor Elemental. Also in there we had Pushing Up Roses, of course. Just hit 50,000 subscribers. Congratulations, Roses. Deserve it. If you aren't one of those subscribers, you should be. Find her on YouTube, Pushing Up Roses. Go, click, like, subscribe. Do it. Click all the fucking buttons. Totally should. Oh. Well, kids, normally we go for another half hour, but I'm starting to feel a little blurg. My head's starting to bother me a little bit, and I did not sleep well last night because, well, of course, driving to the airport and back. So, I'm going to have to call it for tonight. But don't worry, we'll be back next week. And also, we have Tech Q&A coming up this weekend. That would be January 2nd. We'll have our first Tech Q&A of 2016. And also, I'm going to be doing some XCOM this week. Keep an eye on my Twitter. I'll let you know when. It'll be fun. It'll be good. We'll blow shit up. We'll just try and get our fucking heads back together because fuck this year. And as I'm wont to do, every year we start the New Year's show with and end it with the same song. Kids, have fun, be safe. Please do not drink and drive at your New Year's parties. Okay? Don't be that guy or girl. Get a taxi. Get someone else to drive you. Designate a driver. Be careful. Be safe. Have fun. Don't drink and drive. Back next week, normal bat time, same bat channel. Meanwhile, this is Nash saying, stick a stake in me. I'm done. Kids, here's Jim's big ego one more time. Take her easy. And if you had a bad 2015, I hope you have a better 2016. Be good out there. Good night, everybody. Radio Dead Air.